everyone, me llamo Mona, aka Gali.
Mickey said that next to the Funkster.
Junichi Shimodara.
And I'm Walter, your host. If you grew up in LA like I did, then you kind of understand just how big of a deal Chicana and Chicana culture is out here. And it's a way for people like myself to both honor the lives that we have here and the lives our parents left behind in Mexico. When I first heard that there were people copying Chicano culture in Japan, it seemed surreal. I really had no idea that this world could exist outside of LA. So I decided to go and find out how this spread so far away and why. Our first stop, the lowrider scene in Nagoya. Lowriders are iconic to the Chicano community in Los Angeles and were created in the 1940s. They came to represent rebellion, resilience, and beauty. And so I'm curious about how these cars got here.
日本にローライダーの文化っていうのが80年代ぐらいまでは誰も知らなくて、全くなかったんですけど。
That's Junichi. He's one of the godfathers of the Japanese lowrider scene and founded one of the oldest car clubs in Nagoya.
いろんな輸入のマガジンとか海外を取材した日本のカーマガジンによってそのローライダーっていうのが日本に少しずつ伝えられるようになったんですよね。そこからもう文化が花開いたような感じで。
Junichi's been in this role for more than 30 years. For questions about lowrider culture and Chicano culture, he's someone who people in Japan really look up to.
車だけでなくこうなんていうんですかね、本当の、クルージングで聴くミュージックとかからクロージングとか、やっぱり何より一番大事なのは向こうのその人たちが好きで友達になろうっていう気持ちがないとそれはただのローライダースタイルの車をドライブしている人になって。
My first introduction to lowriders were actually people in my neighborhood. My best friend and I growing up, we used to build these little lowrider model cars. All we wanted to do in life was just own these lowrider cars. Being here has me thinking about all of the cultures Japan has taken on at different points. So it's not surprising that there are thousands of people here that are into Chicano culture. For our next stop, we're heading to Osaka, the cultural capital for Chicano fashion and art.
Mickey Styles.
Mickey Styles is a DJ and he runs a shop called La Puerta that imports clothes from LA.
レキャップ、レイダース、ドジャース、マイミックシティ。
What's your most popular shirt?
DGA.
Why do you think people love this shirt so much?
アートは芸術やから。
Mickey Styles reminds me of someone who I went to middle school with. You know, like shaved head, baggy pants, baggy t-shirt. He goes to LA. He buys clothes and he buys gear. And he brings it back to Japan and has a thriving business. So when I thought about cultural appropriation and how oftentimes there's money being made from a certain culture and a certain community, he potentially fit into that.
全部リスペクトした上でファッションもやし、俺のライフスタイルの一部なんで何言われてもだからってなります。
Even though Mickey says he respects the culture, it was weird seeing so much of the LA Chicano gang scene represented in his store. So I wanted to meet Night the Funkster, an artist based in Osaka whose artwork focuses on the positive aspects of Chicano culture.
目に見える部分でチカノたちが出てくると、特に僕たち日本人だったりそのチカノっていうのはそういうギャングと暴力な部分だったりとかそのドラッグの部分だったりとか僕は書きたくないと思ってて家族やコミュニティを大切にしてっていうのを僕は書きたいなって思っているんで。
Mona, aka Sad Girl, is one of Japan's most popular Chicano-style rappers. She's released 4 albums, and her international fan base has taken her to perform in places like LA and San Diego.
私が、そういうカルチャーを知った当時、周りの友達もやっぱ同じようにそういうカルチャーが好きで、こうグループがあったんですよ、女の子同士の友達。She's Mousy, Saya, Maiko, Wella.
Which one of these women still dress like this?
Nobody.
Just you.
Just me.
And what do you think is the future of Chicano fashion and culture here in Japan?
私は正直なところなくなると思う。 私きっかけでチカーノっていう人たちがいるんやって知った若い世代の子は多くて、でもその子たちは私を真似して知ったわけで、本当のチカーノたちのライフスタイルを本当に好きな子っていうのは本当に数えれる数名しかいないです、日本では。
ワンツーワンツーチェックワンツー。
日本に生まれた意味が分からなくて、でもこのカルチャーに出会うことによって私は家族のを大切にするのも分かったし、なんか愛とか、だからなんか本当にこのカルチャーを知ったことで私は救われたと思ってる。何も考えたくないよ、窓の外は目打ちつける会話、重なかバスタブ泣かせる血管から流れるパプルブラッドを願った。治らないって先生言ったけど治す価値はきっとある。追い込んで追い込んで追い込んで少しでも後悔の少ない人生をビバラビダ。
That was great. This story attracted me because it was asking a question about belonging. Here you had a group of people really committed to copying Chicano culture, but also deeply Japanese. And so for them, it wasn't a question of either or, but more so and.